Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Willisonovich, here in the Hope for Flint studios in the beautiful Ferris wheel building. So excited to have my new dear sweet friend, artist and musician, Crystal Cook, in the hot seat. Hey, baby.
Hey.
How are you?
I am doing really well, actually.
You are doing well. You look great. You're back into town because you've been busy traveling, but you're back in the city of Flint. And I first met you because you have done a mural in the city of Flint. Everywhere we go, there are up to, I think, 50 murals, I think. I don't know the number exactly. And I know there's 100 on the docket. And you, my darling, are one of the artists. And you, tell me where you did your mural.
So my mural is for Rodney Ott.
Rodney Ott,
yes.
Yep, owner of the lot,
And he's
the
been
loft.
Yeah, so he's been on here. And so basically I hadn't done a mural on a large scale wall ever before.
Ever? Okay.
And I just picked up spray painting about 2 months ago. And I originally got inspired by watching some of the traveling artists that have been coming here for Flint Public Art Project. And it was never something that I thought I could do. And I kind of just felt like it was something that I needed to do, just to like challenge myself.
Kind of prove to yourself you
that
can do
I
it.
could do it, right?
Have you always been an artist, though?
So, I've always enjoyed doing art, even as a young child. And I used many different mediums. I would use colored pencils, crayons, graphite, charcoal, anything I could really get my hands on. And so it's always been a part of my life. Exactly what I was going to do with it
You didn't
was always
know.
a mystery. Yeah.
It was blue sky. But it's an innate skill that you've always had.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely came to me naturally, and I naturally was drawn to pursuing that kind of endeavor.
That is
I would say.
That's so cool. So Rodney kind of helped you. Rodney had the vision for what he wanted.
Yes.
So you had long conversation with him. Did you guys kind of discuss it and put it together by design?
Yeah. So originally the wall he just wanted the top section of his wall done, and it's in Buckham Alley. If people don't know where the loft is or where that mural is.
The back of the loft is in Buckham Alley. Okay.
Yeah. And so at first I thought it was just going to be a smaller project than what it turned out to be. And so as time had progressed a little bit, he decided that he wanted the whole wall to be done. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so originally it was just going to be Miami Hurricane themed section at the top of the building.
Small part of it.
And then it was,
I need my dog.
The dog. Oh, I want some Flint.
I want Tootsie. Yeah.
I want some, yeah, so then it was just as time, like he was throwing these different things in there, and which I was like, great. As he probably didn't know how nervous I actually was to do it, just because it was so new to me.
That's so great.
So,
isn't that so funny?
Yeah.
Well, and that's when I first met you, because you were on that wall for a long time. So you were such a staple there. So we all got to know, oh, there's Crystal. Hi, Crystal.
Yeah.
And you did it how long did it take you? Because it was during the warmer months, obviously.
Right. And so, there were some days that I took off, but I would say altogether it was probably about like a 2.5 week process.
Wow.
And so for my first time, I got to learn how to use a lift, and that was a very interesting.
You were on that lift quite a bit.
Yeah.
And you were high.
Yeah, it was pretty high.
I don't think people realize the intensity that goes into painting that mural. Yeah, you were high for a long time.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that, just...
Not literally high. I don't know. But
No, I wasn't high.
Physically high, yeah.
But, just learning, as you're doing, I was learning as I was going. And, what I've watched other people do, I would just gather the information that I could. And then from there, I just tried to use some of my artistic logic, I suppose, to apply that to what I was doing. But there's a lot to it, knowing how much paint you need. And I ran out of some paint.
Oh, wow.
So then you have to, getting the quality of spray paint that you want, it's not easy to always get unless you're ordering
to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's so crazy to hear that side of it, because, when we go when we travel the city and we enjoy the murals, you just enjoy the end product, right? You don't really know the entire process, from kind of cradle to grave, what all goes into it. And it's kind of very interesting to learn that it is a special kind of paint, and there is a whole process, and it is a journey.
Right.
And like you said, with him, it sounds like it started at kind of a smaller scale, then obviously it evolved and got bigger without you knowing.
Without me knowing it was going to become that. Yeah, and so what happened was he was originally going to have another artist who was out of town or was visiting here to do that mural. And then, because Derek had told me.
Derek Dorman, okay?
Derek Dorman said that Ronnie wanted a mural, and I kind of just jumped on it. And
it's so cool.
And I was like, well, if you buy all the supplies, I will do the job for free. Like, that's, even though he wanted to pay me anyway. But, like, I didn't care at that point. Just the fact that he trusted me to paint his wall was enough of a payment in itself,
that's so special. And when you're finished, it's so sweet, because you will see he'll leave. He works crazy hours. Obviously, the loft is, gets done at like 2, 3, 4 a.m. And if he's leaving and if he's closing, you will see he's like so excited to see my dog when I leave, or see my dog first thing. So it's kind of very sentimental to him. He was very, very happy with the end product. That's really cool.
Yeah, the dog was probably my favorite part to work on. The dog and the flowers.
That's so great. And now we're seeing these murals everywhere. The city is just absolutely beautiful, and you're becoming a big part of it. And because you're not from the city of Flint, where are you from?
No, so I am originally from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. Was my hometown.
Okay.
And
what brought you here?
So originally what happened, how I got here, I was in a band with an old partner of mine, the Roaming Bear Band. And
the Roaming Bear Band,
yes,
okay.
And it's like a folk punk band, and I was kind of in the whole DIY punk scene for a little bit. And I was playing lead guitar for that band. And we went on a 40-day tour in a van. It was 4 of us.
Oh my gosh, you're such a, you're a cute little hippie. How old are you?
So I will be 26 this December.
You're a baby. Yeah. Traveling the city. It reminds me of the old rock days of the 60s and 70s. It's pretty cool. It's pretty special.
Yeah.
Well, and now, you've sort of planted your flag here, made Flint your home, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, so when I had first came, we played a show at Churchill's Bar. That was the first place I'd ever been to in Flint. We rolled up at nighttime. It was a Thursday night, I remember, and usually they're like, nothing's going on a Thursday night. And we just showed up. We played this show, and I met Paulie, who's an artist, Paulie Everett. He's a well-known artist around here.
Okay.
And him and I became really good friends, and from there it just branched off to me linking up with other artists and musicians alike and such. And so Joe Schiapani, Flint Public Art Project.
Yes. Who's in charge of he's the reason the murals have come to fruition. He's been on the show. Yes.
Yeah, okay. And so he used to have a artist house on University. It was called Stone Street. And it was a place for artists to live.
He still has it. There is still the house, yes.
Oh, that house, okay. So anyway, what happened was Tommy Chu, at least that's the name he went by. He was a DJ. He would perform at the Loft.
Okay.
I was out here for a show, and we met, and he told me they were looking for someone to live in the artist house. I had drove out here by myself from Wisconsin just to play an art walk. That was it.
Wow.
And so what happened was I just decided, I'm just going to leave Wisconsin and come to Flint. So.
And now you live here, and you've planted your seed, your flag, you're here. Yes. And it's cool. It's a great art and music scene, isn't it?
And it's amazing. Yeah. I've traveled a lot. I've lived in Northern California a little bit. I've lived in Hawaii. I've hitchhiked. I've done all kinds
Please
of
don't
wild
hitchhike
stuff.
anymore.
No, I don't do that.
Little girl, let me spank your butt for a quick second. But yeah, you're like this kind of little bohemian. You've lived all over.
Yeah, so I've been to a lot of amazing places, and this is by far my favorite place to be, which is really funny. And I think a lot of people are surprised when I say that, And as an artist, I feel like anybody who comes here is really blessed to be able to experience what Flint has to offer on a creative basis.
Well, I will say on behalf of Flint, we, the city, are lucky to have people like you that bring light, love, and energy and beauty to the city. So it's us who are the lucky ones. It sounds like it's a mutually beneficial relationship, absolutely.
For sure.
And I think, the city's been hurting for a long time, and now we're in healing and resurgence. And I think now you're seeing everyone's vision kind of come to fruition, which is really kind of cool to see. You're here at a good time. And I think I see you as a conduit from vision. You're the conduit or the catalyst, if you will, to make it tangible.
Yes.
And that's really cool because you're getting ready to do another mural. Tell us your next project.
Yeah, so I finished the mural behind the loft. And so Rodney was excited to do something on the front of the loft, right on Saginaw Street. And
that's what they say. When you do a good job, they just give you more work,
Yeah.
Usually they say in the business world, they just pile on more work, but this is beautiful work. It's a different scenario. So now, my darling, you've done the back of the loft, and you're getting ready to do the front of the loft. And what will you be doing, gorgeous?
So we, Rodney decided he wants to do a portrait of Anthony Bourdain.
Love it.
Yeah, and
Are you ready for it?
Oh, I'm stoked. Yeah. Like portraits, people, nature, like doing those kinds of subjects are really my favorite to do. And it's kind of interesting. I always was like, I would love to do a portrait. Like a large scale portrait. That's something that really calls to me. And then it was just funny. Ronnie's like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a portrait of Anthony Bourdain. I'm like, perfect.
Like that's your wheelhouse.
This is really what I want to
Okay, cool.
to do.
That's good to know, and especially for our viewers and listeners, you do portraits because you are living here in Flint. It's part of your business.
Yeah,
starting to do.
I just got my business cards done too, by the way,
girl,
from here, Flint Prints. So.
From Flint, right here in the Ferris Wheel building.
Yes.
And you also did a portrait for us. You painted a picture for us that we will be auctioning off for the Hope for Flint Foundation. Mm-hmm. So we're sincerely, beyond words, grateful for that. It's so amazing. It's so cool. You did the Citizens Bank Ball.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was for the live painting.
It was a live painting, so you did it in front of everyone. It was in the lobby of the Ferris wheel, and it was during the one of the art walk.
Yes, yeah, it was during the art walk.
It's so cool. Yeah. So, all right. So, how can people get a hold of you if they want you to do a specific design or a portrait? How can people get a hold of you?
So I do have a website.
Okay.
And it's crystalcook.com. So
okay.
It's Krystal, Cook, Cooke.
Mm-hmm. There's an E at the end.
There's an E. Cooke.com. And I am on Facebook as Crystal Cook. And
excellent.
Instagram, all that stuff, _ Crystal Cook for Instagram. But,
are you still playing music?
I sure am, yes. I actually have 3 shows coming up this weekend.
Gosh, you're like the triple threat. You're like J-Lo. Wait, I'm J-Lo.
You're J-Lo.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah. But, you're a musician, you're a painter, you're uber talented, you're extremely beautiful, and you're extremely humble, and you're extremely kind. And like I said, the city is so lucky to have you. And, it's only the beginning, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm still kind of getting familiar with, like this path anyway.
There's so much more.
Because before this, I was just working, regular jobs kind of thing and working my butt off and not really putting most of my energy into my passions. So Flint has really
opened up that.
For me
yes,
to do that,
to kind of open up all of that opportunity for you.
Yeah, so now I have all these shows coming up. I have a show tomorrow in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at PJ's Lager House.
Okay, what's the name? What's the name of your band?
So it's just Crystal Cook. It's just me by myself.
You're a solo artist.
I'm a solo artist.
You are J-Lo. My gosh, you're like Madonna. You're J-Lo. You're Crystal Cook.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you'll be playing around because Detroit's got an amazing music scene too. That's our sister city.
Yeah.
So that opens up great opportunity for you as well. So, okay. We love you. Thank you for coming on the show. You'll be back. How long do you anticipate the Anthony Bourdain mural to last?
To last, or just how long it's going to take?
To take. It's going to last forever. Yes.
I'm gonna say 2 weeks max is what I'm hoping for.
Okay, 2 weeks max. So you guys driving down Saginaw Street, honk at Crystal. Now you're in the front of the building.
Yes,
My goodness,
I
it's
know. I'm
now
not
it's
hiding.
now it's going to be because everyone loves to stop and talk to you in the back of the building.
Yeah.
Now you're in the front. It's only going to be worse. But we can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see more murals that you work on. Can't wait to see more of your work. Like we said, check her out. Crystal Cook, your website one more time.
Yeah, crystalcook.com. Crystal with a K and then cook with an E on the end. And also, really quick, Good Stock is happening. It's a festival for Good Beans Cafe.
Okay.
Right off of over by Tenacity and Grand Traverse. And that's this Saturday. It starts at 4. It's free. There's going to be 3 bands, art, drinks, food, all that kind of good stuff.
All the good stuff at Tenacity.
I'll be
So get there.
performing. Yeah, so definitely come by.
Crystal Cook will be performing. Check her out. Go check her out on Instagram and everywhere because I'm sure you put your schedule up when you're getting ready to perform.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
We love you. All right. Well, it's only the beginning and we can't wait to have you back on and we can't wait to see the mural when it's done. And we absolutely adore you. So thank you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Because you, Crystal Cook, definitely are hope for Flint.